lots of heroes from the sports world too. So when you want to have a good time, come on down to the Grapevine. Come on down to the Grapevine.
Come on down to the Grapevine. Broadcasting legend Don Cherry joins us today to share stories of sports legends only a true insider would know. Please welcome Don Cherry and his son, Tim Cherry.
Thank you.
Thanks, thank you.
Congratulations, gentlemen. You know what? This is all because you worked on the show together. You worked on this book together, which is an incredible testament to your relationship as father and son. Whose idea was it to start off what was then perhaps a little seedling of an idea, but grew into 11 seasons worth of shows?
Well, I think originally it was Ralph Mellenby.
Jerry Patterson, yeah.
Jerry Patterson that started it after Dad was in Colorado, and I think it was your first year on...
I was so bad. I think people tuned in the first year. I was so bad. I think people wanted to see how bad a guy could be. I was on the floor, and then Tim took over, and I was so bad they had a singer, they had 2 comedians. It was ridiculous, and I was terrible. I really was. And Tim took over, and we went from there, right, Tim?
Yeah. Because if you think of it, what were the years span? 1982 to 1993, around there?
Yeah, yeah.
So there wasn't this whole 24-hour sports news station cycle like we see now, where, you know, if you have an appetite for it, you can find it any time of the day.
Yeah.
It was the only chance you would get to really hear your favorite athlete speak. Is that what you were hoping for with the show?
Yeah, I think, well, we were on Wednesday nights on CHCH originally because there was only 2 hockey games, Wednesday nights and Saturday nights. And so I think, you know, when Ralph Mellenby and Jerry Patterson were saying that, you know, there's not enough, at the time there wasn't enough information and people having access to their hockey heroes. Yeah. So then that's when we decided to do the show, and things got rolling from there.
For example, Wayne Gretzky, who turned out to be the great one, but you saw him when he was the new one. He was only 21 years young.
Yeah.
21.
Did you have a sense then?
No, I didn't. And but Rocket Richard did. We had Rocket Richard in, and Rocket Richard said he's going to set records. I know he's going to set. And the Rocket come on it. He said that.
Really?
He said years to come, watch, he'll set up. Boy, he was good looking. Well, he's still good looking, but he sure was sweet back then, wasn't he?
And of course, Bobby Orr writing the foreword. You've always talked about in your previous books how your relationship is truly a family one. Why was it important for him to contribute that way?
And there's Cliff Thorburn. He's on there now. He's coming
awesome.
up.
Look at the mustache.
And there's Bobby there we're talking about. And there's Rose. Yeah. And well, we have to have Bobby on all the time. But my favorite guest, and Gretzky was great, and the whole deal, everybody was great, and Kenny Dryden I really loved. But there was an umpire called Ron Luciano. And Tim, tell what he said. He just
well, he was one of those, like, we always used to tell the guests the questions before the show so that they would, because they're hockey players, right? And they were nervous in front of TV, and we taped in front of a live audience, which made them even more nervous. So we wanted to make sure that they were able to tell a story. But Ron Luciano, he would say, 15 minutes, just ask me this, this, and this. And one of his funny stories was with Nolan Ryan, who was one of the fastest, hardest pitchers in baseball. And he would tell the story that he never really called balls and strikes behind the plate with Nolan Ryan. And so he was watching him warm up, and he's thinking to himself, he goes, boy, this guy can really throw. So he gets behind the plate, and he says, Nolan Ryan winds up and throws it. And Ron Luciano says, I didn't see it leave his hand. I didn't see it cross the plate. All I heard it was pop into the catcher's glove. And the catcher looks up at him, well, you know, what is it? And the batter's looking at him, what is it? And Ron Luciano goes, ball, sounds low.
Wow, like a superpower, right?
Yeah,
Breaking the sound barrier.
He didn't even see it, so he just said sounds low. So those were, but you know, that was one of the things we wanted to do with the guests, was make sure that they were telling stories as opposed to just kind of quick interviews and stuff like that.
And then of course there's some, words, very, very punny words contributing to the book regarding your other half, Ron McLean, and how it's catchy and infectious, and how you would get caught in the pun trap.
I only did it once, Dina, and it was at the very end. I was sick of them. We'd gone in the playoffs every other day, and I was absolutely, and we were flying home, and we put it in the book. I only did it once because I'm not as good as you. I hear you're pretty good at this stuff.
You know what? I know when to hold him, though, because Kev, he's enforced a 2-pun-a-day rule. I feel like you need to do that with Ron to rein him in a little bit.
Please, I could tell you a few, but it's all on television. But
guys, it's such a treat to have you both here. Congratulations on this book, and I love that you work together. You see that very rarely, where father and son could work so closely.
Yeah, I was very lucky. Very lucky.
Would you do it together again, apart from this book? Maybe another show?
Well, I don't know about that, but he's the head scout for the OHL, rates all the kids, and we go out 3 nights a week to watch the minor midgets. So we see everybody before tell Kevin we see everybody before they're great.
Oh, why tell Kevin? Are you saying you're something
Well, his
about him?
son's gonna...
Oh, for his son.
Yeah.
I thought you meant for him. That maybe one day
No,
he too will be great. You know
He's
what I'm
long
saying?
gone, I tell you.
Guys, pick it up. It's called Don Cherry's Sports Heroes. Great stories told. And Tim, thank you. I know you're not used to being in front of the camera, but you did a great job, by the way.
Oh, thank you very
Chip
much.
off the old block.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean the young block, because he doesn't age. Cav, over to you. Some great advice.